What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and I'm just gonna write down something. Let's see. Today is August 10th, and it is 9:57 p.m. Just to make sure. Now, the reason why I wrote that was because y'all need to stop. Like, for real. Like, I'm getting to a point where it's just getting ridiculous and stupid, okay? And what I mean by that is the Lakers are not winning a championship. They're just not. I mean, I don't know what type of fantasy y'all living in, but y'all need to wake up. Like, literally wake up. I don't care if you had to splash water in your face, sing Kumbaya, hold hands. Wake up, okay? Whatever the Lakers did in the bubble, that was in the past. Whether you want to say, well, they didn't deserve it, or a lot of players were injured. Yes, a lot of players was injured. They was injured. They was injured then, and obviously a lot of players was injured. This past NBA season. But people have to understand that the NBA knows what it's doing, right? Like, we're not going to automatically hand the Lakers a championship. They have to go out there and play 72 games. I don't think they're going to do 82. I think they're just going to keep it at 72 until we could go back, until, we could come back into full capacity. Then, the 82 games will resume, in the near future. But I believe they will still have the 72 games. But anyways, they still have to go out there and produce, okay? Free agency is over. Summer League just started. So now we're just waiting on preseason, which is in the next 2 months. Now, if you're a Lakers fan, it's cool. If you're a Clippers fan, that's cool. If you're a Nets fan, it's cool. Fuck y'all, but that's cool. But y'all have to be smarter than this. See, y'all have to outsmart the media sometimes. I think y'all just let the media dictate whatever y'all want to say sometimes. Like me, I'm media trained, okay? I used to do a lot of podcasts in high school, you know what I'm saying? Where, obviously every morning they would, sing the Star Spangled Banner and stuff like that. So it was kind of like a job, kind of, like getting ready to, if you wanted to, step foot in the broadcasting world, you know what I'm saying, you can, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't have programs like that back then when I was in school, you know what I'm saying? So I know how the media works. I really do. I just don't really push it to y'all because, it's really not my, take, I mean, if y'all want to believe the media, y'all can go ahead. If y'all don't want to believe the media, y'all can't. But I'm not going to sit here and say, well, remember when I told you this was not going to work? I know for a fact this is not going to work. Now, obviously, I have no animosity against Russell Westbrook. I think he's a great guy. He's just a terrible basketball player. Same thing with James Harden. I don't think James Harden is a bad person. He's just a terrible basketball player. Both of them have low IQ basketball. Low IQ basketball. What does that mean? What do you think it means? If you look at the point guards, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Raymond Felton, if you want to throw him in there, Steve Francis, you know what I'm saying, Stephon Marbury, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash. If you want to throw all of them in a pot and just pick one, Russell Westbrook and James Harden are not in it because they don't see what a true point guard sees, you know? Like, it's just hard to watch them play, you know? Like, what are they, like, ask yourself, what are they really playing for? Are they really playing for a championship? Because right now, there's no storylines. There really isn't, you know? And to cut y'all a little bit of slack, in the media, what they do is they create narratives, which is storylines, right? They curate, okay, so Westbrook and you remember the time when Westbrook and KD were best friends? Now we have to play, I don't like you role. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you backstab me type of role. Storylines. Kind of like how they do in, the WWE. You know what I'm saying? They have to create storylines like The Undertaker, you know what I'm saying? Finding out like his brother was alive and then they continue on and on and on and on and on. Same thing with Russell Westbrook and KD. You know what I'm saying? Like KD left, Russell Westbrook at the altar to go win, two championships while, Westbrook was just struggling to win, with the roster that he had. Same thing with same thing with the Nets and the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that, nobody expected the Milwaukee Bucks to win. Everybody in their grandmama thought either it was going to be the Lakers or the Nets. The Lakers or the Nets. The Lakers or the Nets. The Nets or the Lakers. But out of nowhere, everybody was shocked. Because before the playoffs started, nobody picked the Buccaneers. I said the Buccaneers. The Milwaukee Bucks to win it all. Nobody. Like they were down they were down 2-0 most of the times in the series. But you know what? Consistency. They didn't stop. They believed in themselves. You know what I'm saying? So now again, the NBA has to create super teams. Can't really, can't really do it by themselves anymore. They have to, you want to buddy up? Okay, let's go. Boom. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Michael Jordan as bad as Michael Jordan got beat by the Bad Boy Pistons, Michael Jordan didn't go to the Pistons and say, yo, Isaiah Thomas, man, I can't beat you, man. Let's just link up and win like 6 more championships. You know how many championships the damn Pistons would have had if Michael Jordan did the move that he did? But he did it. He stuck to his guns and everything worked out for him. LeBron James wasn't like that. AD wasn't like that. Westbrook wasn't like that. Harden wasn't like that. Because they are ring chasers. Well, not ring. I wouldn't say ring chasers. They're not loyal. What Giannis is loyal. What Damian Lillard is loyal. And they're getting punished for it. For what? For sticking, for being who they are. For not selling out. Because like he said in the interview, oh, it's easy to win. Or how he said it, oh, it's easy to win a championship. All you have to do is just go to a super team and do your part. He was taking a shot at KD. He was taking a shot at James Harden, especially James Harden, because we all know them two got beef back and forth. But he was basically taking a shot at both of them. Oh, it's either win a championship. All you got to do is just do your part, and you can win a championship easy. But this is the hard way, and this is the right way to do it. But nobody wants to do it this way. Everybody wants to team up and buddy up and stuff like that. That's what's really making the NBA soft. It's not really per se the NBA is soft in terms of the production, because the production is still the same. They're just not playing like it back in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of big men, but they just don't play like big men. They don't play like a Shaq. You know what I'm saying? But basketball is still the same. Don't get it twisted. It's just that it's played differently. The physicality is still there. You know what I'm saying? The animosity is still there. So the Nets, the Lakers, they're gonna have to find it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? That's like you telling your kids, don't put your hand on the stove. If you put your hand on the stove, you're gonna get burned. But they're not gonna listen. So they're gonna go on and do it anyways, and they're gonna face the consequence. They're gonna face the consequences. The same thing with the Brooklyn Nets and the LA Lakers. I'm telling you this right now. August 10th. It's probably like around 10 o'clock right now, but it was 9:57 p.m. August 10th. Write it down. I'm saying it right now because I don't want to come on here again and speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? What I say is what I say. I don't care if I don't care if I offend anybody. I am a Knicks fan. It's not like I'm picking sides or whatever have you. Bump both of them. You know what I'm saying? Both of them can kick rocks. They're both not gonna get far. LeBron James know it. KD know it, because you know what? The West just got better and the East just got better. The Knicks got better. The Hawks got better. Sixers got better. Bulls got better. I'll be shocked if the Bulls beat the damn Nets. And I'll be shocked if freaking let me see, I'm trying to think of a team in the West. I'll be shocked if the Jazz beats the Jazz beats the Lakers. So this whole, oh, we're gonna meet in the finals bull crap, like, how do you know that? Have they played any games yet? No. So how can you definitively say that they're gonna win the championship? Either of them, if they haven't played one lick of game. They haven't played even though I don't think the starters are gonna play any preseason games, but I think they probably might play. I don't know. It's different between football and the NFL, but I don't think the starters are gonna play preseason. And plus, you got 5 of them to play, so pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? But in start of week 1, I said week 1, the home opener. Now, obviously, the home opener is probably going to be gold, because how the NBA works is they take teams that matched up in last year's NBA Finals or the playoffs, and they mesh it. So it might be the Milwaukee Bucks opening their season against the Lakers, and it might be the Knicks opening up their season against, or it might be somebody else in the East opening up against the Nets, So it might be the Nets and the Bucks opening up their season, and it might be the Suns and the Lakers opening up their season, or they might mix it around. It might be the Bucks opening against the Nets. Opening against the Lakers, and it might be the Suns opening against the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be my Knicks opening up against, the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So That's how it works. So I'm just here to say for the last time, and I'm never going to bring this up because that's why I wrote it down. The Nets or the Lakers are not winning a championship. Who's going to win the championship this year? It's really hard to say. It really is. But I have my money on the Clippers. I know I picked them last year. They were this close. They was this close. You know what I'm saying? They had a game. They had the best game of their lives against the Mavericks. You know, down 0-2. Mavericks had a chance to close. They didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm picking the Clippers again to win it. All. I don't care. It could be like right now, a number right now doesn't really mean anything to me right now. You know what I'm saying? They just have to go win as many games as they can, get probably the number 1 seed or number 2 seed, secure that. I don't know if the playing tournament is gonna have an effect, or I don't know if they're gonna keep the playing tournament. I really like the playing tournament. I really do. I think it's a fun way. I think it's one of those college Sweet 16 type of, runs, you know what I'm saying? So I really like the playing tournament. Some people may not like it, but, screw them, You know what I mean? You can't please everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I think the playing tournament is pretty great. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the NFL have 2 wild cards, instead of just having 1, they have 2 now. So any crappy team that has like a crappy record could obviously get in. You know what I'm saying? So, it's fun, because nobody wants to see great teams in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We all want a Cinderella story. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how the 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 Denver Broncos beat the number 1 seed of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember that with Tim Tebow? Nobody expected the Broncos to beat the Steelers, but they did. And then Stephen A. Smith had to come on and blast the whole entire defense of the Steelers. That was funny. That was like old First Take when Skip and Stephen A. So that right there brings like a lot of revenue and money and stuff like that because everybody's gonna want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is though. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.